Tammie Dean has an advantage when she's recruiting and mentoring women drivers at Lilly Transportation. She has experienced life on the road as a female truck driver. On this episode of HDT Talks Trucking, we'll talk to Tammie and learn about an initiative she started to help recruit and support women drivers called Lilly Ladies. I'm Deborah Lockridge with Heavy Duty Trucking, and today I'm talking to Tammie Dean. She is the Recruitment Manager at Lilly Transportation. So Tammie, welcome.
Thank you.
So give us a little background actually about Lilly Transportation, what the company is about.
Lilly Transportation, we've been in business since 1958. We have operations all over the United States. Our drivers, they deliver anything from food grade products to car parts in general. If you've heard some of the bigger names, Toyota, we deliver food to Whole Food stores, so on and so forth. So anything from food grade products to car parts, that's what we deliver all across the United States.
And is that more regional or long haul or?
We do a lot of local dedicated stuff. We have a lot of dedicated accounts, so a lot of our drivers are local. We do have one account that goes across the United States, and that is our account out of North Carolina. So everything else that we do, we have local in California, we have local and regional in Oregon and Washington. On the East Coast, we do a lot of local accounts there, but it's dedicated.
When you're recruiting drivers, I guess probably that a little more predictable, perhaps, work would appeal to a lot of drivers?
We do appeal to a lot of drivers because a lot of our accounts are local, and a lot of drivers, they would like to have a local route. They would like to be home every day with their families. So we do appeal to a lot of drivers. They hear about us, they see our trucks going down the road, they'll call our 1-800 number and they'll get a hold of me. And I have another recruiter that works in our department. Her name is Tanisha Brandyberg, and she is out of the Chicago area. So they reach out to her as well on accounts that she recruits for. So we talk to a lot of drivers daily, and it's great to put a driver to work and give them what they need as far as home time and the money that they're looking for and things like that.
How many drivers do y'all have?
We have roughly about 1,500 drivers currently right now across the United States.
So you have put together a special program actually for women, correct?
Correct. It is called Lilly Ladies. I started it in 2019. I am actually a Class A CDL driver myself. And my recruiter, Tanisha Brandyberg, she's also a Class A driver. So we've experienced both sides of the operation, not just in recruiting, but actually being in a truck and, driving right alongside our drivers as well. I started it as a way because trucking is a male-dominated field, as everyone knows. And I started it as a way to bring in more women to the company, and they love it. We also have swag for the women that is pink. It says Lilly Ladies on it. They like the jackets, they like the shirts. Because it's something different than a lot of other companies are not doing. But we want to be supportive to women and drivers and show them that trucking is just not a male-dominated field anymore, but there's a lot of women drivers out here in the industry as well.
What are some of the ways that you do support women through this program?
So just as a mentorship, we talk to them, we guide them. We have also what we refer to as the Driver Elite program, and that's about safety, being safe drivers, not having accidents, not having on-duty hours of service violations. In 2024, 25% of our women drivers made that. So when they get in Driver Elite, their first year they get a $500 gift card. And it's for men too, but we actually have a lot of women that are participating in it now and being safe drivers, so they're getting the same rewards as well. Right now, as of 2025, I had 21 female drivers become Driver Elite. So they're very excited about that. We meet with our ladies when we see them at our accounts, talk to them about some of the challenges that they're facing, give advice, make sure that they have, the Lily swag if they want it. If they haven't received it yet, we order it for them. And we're a support system. We are going to start participating in the Women in Trucking conferences and things like that as well. I was unable to go this year, but had planned to do it. So as the women are in our Driver Elite program, each year that they stay in it, that gift card goes up. So right now, as of this year, I have one driver that's made it 8 years in a row. I've had one driver that made it 7 years in a row. So each day we're getting new drivers that are females in the company, so it's always good to see. And they're excited about it, especially when they hear about Lily Ladies. I spoke with a woman driver yesterday. She called me about a job, and she went right in, placed her application. I was talking to her about Lily Ladies and what we do with it, and she was like so happy about it. She's like, that's just amazing that you guys do that, because a lot of other companies that I call, they don't have anything that supports women, to guide and encourage and support. So she liked that.
What are some of the challenges that women drivers face that men don't, that maybe they need a little more support and guidance?
I think with women drivers, safety is a big concern, being a woman in a truck, especially females that drive trucks over the road, because, when they shut down for their hours, a lot of times they're shutting down in a truck stop or something like that. So safety is a big concern. Also too, some women might be small, petite women, and some people look at us like they're not going to be able to do this job. But we have a lot of women in our company. Safety was a major thing when you talk to them about it, making them feel safe in a truck, and that's one of the things that a lot of female drivers want now, is local jobs so that they can be at home rather than being on the road, because they have faced challenges. I've been in places before when I was an over-the-road driver, and I'm stopping to get fuel, and I'm coming out, and the gentleman, he's a truck driver, he says, "Ma'am, you're going out the wrong door." And I told him, I said, "Sorry, I'm a truck driver. I'm going out the right door." So I think, with so many men in the field, you didn't used to see a lot of women truck drivers compared to what you do nowadays.
And so when were you a driver?
I got my CDL back in 2013, and I had a recruiting background prior to that. So I drove for a few years. I became an owner-operator as well. I had my own truck, and I decided to get out of the truck and go into the recruiting side of the business, and I love it.
How does that experience help you in those relationships with whether you're recruiting or retaining, your drivers?
It helps because I've been on the road before, and I know some of the things that drivers face when they're on the road, also what they're looking for as well, making sure they're getting with the right company that's going to offer them what they're looking for, and making sure that the company's needs meet the requirements. Because like I said, some drivers, they want to be at home with their families. A big thing is pay. As well. Drivers want their pay, and they want to get with a company that's going to offer them the most pay for what they're doing. So I look at things from not only a driver side or a recruiter side, and when I talk to drivers, A lot of drivers, they think they're just getting a hold of a recruiter, and a recruiter hasn't been in the field, don't know a lot about trucking, things like that. But I let them know I have a CDL, and sometimes they'll say, you have given me a lot of information, and I want to give all the information to the driver, because I've called companies in the past when I was looking for a job. They didn't give me all of the information. And then when I get to orientation, you get a different side of the job description. So I like to be very informative when it comes to drivers and giving them the information of everything that we have to offer.
Yeah, I mean, that's long been a complaint of drivers, with recruiters, like they don't give me the full story, or they exaggerate some things and not to tell me about others. I think it's led to a lot of kind of distrust among drivers. That what's the joke about, how do you know if a recruiter's lying? Their mouth is moving.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's changed over the years?
I do think it's changed over the years. It used to be a lot different than it is now. And I mean, I've had people ask me if I was reading from a script, and I'm like, no, everything is by memory. Because I know everything about Lily, and what we have to offer on our accounts. So I don't read from a script. Unfortunately, there are some companies where their recruiters do that. I like to give them all of the information of what we have to offer, because I want the driver to come on with us and stay with us. And if you're forthright with them from the beginning, they know what they're getting into. They know what to expect in the job description and the duties as well.
Do you get involved on the retention side as well?
I do. Occasionally I do have drivers. They will call and they're having issues. We work the issues out. I tell them who they need to talk to. Some drivers, when they're new, they'll call me and say, hey, can you give me some more information about the benefits? And I direct them where they can find their benefits guide at. Things like that. So the last thing I want to do is a driver leave because he's not getting the proper information. I want them to know where to go to get the information, and we use Paylocity, so we have that information in there as well for them to utilize and seek anytime they need it. So my phone is always open to drivers, even after they've been hired. So many drivers will call me and just say, hey, how you doing? Let me know how they're doing. It's great when I get to go to our operations and see them as well, because I can talk to them, see if there's any challenges that they're facing, and get that information, give them guidance and support, things like that.
On the Lily Ladies program, how do you kind of get the word out there to potential drivers?
So we do a lot of, Lily Ladies has their own Facebook page, and we put videos, pictures, things like that up there. We have a lot of women that follow us on our Lily Ladies page, and we're always adding ladies as well. I follow a lot of truck driving groups on social media as well, so I talk to the drivers that way. So we do things like that. And then we've talked about doing the Women in Trucking and getting out there as well with some of the other women organizations that's available also.
How would you say, you started this in 2019, I guess, how would you measure the success of it?
Well, when I started it, we had a lot less drivers that are females like we do now. As of right now, we probably have, I would say, maybe 25 to 30% of the drivers are women in the company.
Well above the average.
Yeah, so, and like in 2024, actually 25% of our women drivers made Driver Elite that year. So that's about what the average is, I guess, for us right now. I want it to be a lot larger than that. I would love to go 50-50.
What kind of questions do you get maybe from women drivers that are sort of specific to being female?
Usually they want to know about what we have to offer, what our equipment is like, can they be home, pay, things like that. A lot of normal questions too, just as a driver in general. They do like the fact that we have the Lily Ladies and that we're supportive, and we want them to reach out and talk to us if they're having issues, make us aware, and just be supportive of them. I think they like having the extra attention and the support that we're willing to give them as well.
Is there any kind of, formal mentoring or meetings or, in that as part of that program?
No, not really. I've had female drivers call me, and a couple of them have been like, I'm not sure if I can do this. But you talk to them, you mentor them, you coach them. Training and coaching is a big thing with Lily. We're always willing to train and coach any of our drivers.
So, and where do you want to go next with the Lily Ladies program?
I would like to double how many women we have in the company. Just really be supportive, show them, there can be so many women drive trucks in this industry, and help them to not feel that it's such a male-dominated field like it used to be. I think now, like I said, there's been a lot of women get into the industry. I had a friend of mine, he encouraged me, he was like, go get your CDL. I just went and did it. I'm like, why not? And honestly, when I got my CDL, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I had a female trainer actually, and she's like, you can do this. And I felt like the truck is defeating me. And she just told me, she said, stop letting the truck control you. You control the truck. And it just kind of clicked. But it was her support going through training to get my CDL that helped me. So just a lot of encouragement to let them know, there's a lot of women in the industry already, and it's growing more and more every day. And just encourage them, hey, step outside of your comfort zone and get your CDL and become a driver, because with me, honestly, it was the best thing I ever did in my life was to get my CDL and get in the transportation industry.
Any particular advice you would give to other companies that are wanting to make their recruiting and driving and companies more attractive to women?
I would just say be forthright with the women that come to you. Let them know what you have to offer. Let them know that you're supportive. Yes, we are in a male-dominated field, but just let them know what you have to offer. Be supportive of them. Listen to them. Drivers will tell you what they want. All you have to do is listen.
Drivers, yes, drivers will absolutely. They're not usually shy about telling you how they feel.
I am very passionate about what I do. I was traveling for work one day, and I was on the plane, and a gentleman sitting next to me, he asked me what I do for a living, and I told him, and he says, well, what do you get out of that? And I just looked at him, and before I even thought about it, I said, what do I get out of it? I get out of it knowing that I can give a driver a job every day so that they can put money in their pocket and food on their table to feed their families with. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy giving people jobs, letting them know what Lily has to offer. So yeah, he said, I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk as passionately about what they do as you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tammie, for sharing your insights and what you're doing there at Lily with us.
Sure. Thank you.
I've been talking to Tammie Dean with Lily Transportation about how she recruits and supports women in the trucking industry. For more, visit our website at truckinginfo.com, where you can also subscribe to our e-newsletter or to HDT Magazine. And don't forget to subscribe to HDT Talks Trucking on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform.